can you sing us the intro song, please?
The intro song.
Yeah, just whatever comes to your head.
What's the intro song?
The classic Chaotic Voyage intro song that we all know and love.
Yeah, come on.
It's the voyage. It's unorganized. It's Chaotic Voyage.
Alright, well, they just insulted us so many times, but thanks for the wonderful song, Stephen.
No problem.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Cameron, your host, or your captain as usual. I'm joined by my first mate, Paris.
Hello, friends.
And navigator, Stephen.
Howdy.
Are you a pirate or a cowboy?
I forgot.
He's a bit confused where he is. He took a knock to the head earlier.
I wanted to sound like a pirate, and I sound like a cowboy, so I've already failed.
I love those.
Yar.
My favourite movie is that cowboy movie with Johnny Depp, where he's just like,
Cowboys vs. Aliens?
Yeah. I should also say that Paul Johnson is joining us, but why can't he talk again, Paris?
Me? I thought Stephen knew the answer to that one.
He had a terrible accident.
Yeah, he was involved in the terrible accident which
fell
concussed
off the back of
Stephen.
a horse.
It involved a pirate ship, 3 horses, an old steam locomotive.
He thought he could ride a horse on a ship.
Well, that's just dangerous.
And that ship was near a railroad.
That wasn't a Chaotic Voyage cruise ship, was it? Because if it was, we have to bleep that for legal reasons.
No, it was just
a generic ship.
Just generic ship number 4.
Yeah, from the props.
Oh, right,
the prop department.
Yeah. I love when they keep just a full ship in the prop department.
So we're pretty much blowing it out of proportion. He fell off of a prop ship. That's what happened.
Does anyone need this ship? We've just got it laying around and it's taking up a lot of space.
Paul's like, I'll take a free ship.
Well, we're not going to take it out of here. You're going to have to get to the water by yourself. No problem.
No problem. I'll carry it on horseback.
My partner, Stephen, will help.
And Stephen rocks up and goes, Howdy, partner. Heard you got a shipping problem.
You need this ship shipped somewhere? And he distracted Paul, and it fell. Mm-hmm. And that's the story. Anyway, I think you've got some topics to talk about, don't you, Paris?
Do I?
You said you did.
I didn't get the topic list in the mail. It didn't come.
That's just because it's fun surprising people.
You shipped it to me.
Yeah,
yeah, it was on the ship.
Free shipping.
The ship that.
Ship.
Bleep that. Oh wait.
Self-bleeped it.
Oh, actually, we should probably figure out the bleep noise before we get into the first topic.
Oh, it'll be ship.
That's a good one.
And just
I like that.
But make it really loud.
Yeah,
like definitely
put a phaser on
it. You just hear ship, and I was like, "Oh, my ears!" Well, at least you didn't hear swearing, which would have hurt your ears even more.
Yeah, doesn't that usually happen to your ears when someone swears?
Yeah, it's dangerous one way or the other. So
I think. Well, now that that's sorted, do you think when cowboys do drugs, they say it's high noon?
Well, if cowboys actually existed, then yeah.
Yeah, cowboys aren't real. That's just
They're like unicorns.
Yeah, mythical.
And aliens.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do they greet someone who isn't their partner? Is what I'm wondering.
Howdy, stranger.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Ship.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
ship.
Well, there's no point saying it afterwards.
Redacted.
What do you think people like Leighton Hewitt, retired athletes, stuff like that, what do you think they do now these days? Like, how do you go from just grand slamming and acing those bitches to
gramming,
just gardening? Whatever. What do you think they do? How do they just be so boring?
Why don't you ask him directly? Because he's on now.
Oh, hey Leighton, you're on the line.
Howdy, partner.
Wow. That must be the real Leighton.
It's
He
him.
said his famous catchphrase.
Hey Leighton, are you any good at Wii tennis?
I think he left.
Alright. Well, it was
Well,
nice having you, Leighton.
And there goes a tennis legend.
It was nice having a celebrity on our show for a bit.
So the Christmas season is almost upon us.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on regifting? Is it acceptable? Is it, if you've got a gift it's good, you probably wouldn't use it, you don't want it to go to waste, would you give it to someone who might get some better use out of it? Like, I got this Wii Fit board.
Wii Fit board.
But I don't have a Wii or Wii Fit.
Just a board.
Nice.
Maybe I should
Something
give it to Steven. Steve.
Regifting's good. If you're not going to use something, why keep it? You're just going to throw it out.
That's a good point.
If only the person getting the gift from you could be like that.
I really think it depends. Like if it's something that you've never used, and it's just been sitting around your house, then maybe. But like, if you're just looking through your stuff and you're like, oh look, half a cookie. I think Paris would like that.
No, that's not even regifting. That's like,
I'm just giving like a really exaggerated example. It's just like, this is some crap I really don't want. I'll just give it to someone else.
I've had this can of peas just sitting in my cupboard for the longest time.
I'm going to go and say that regifting is not a good thing. I think if you've got something that like a friend of yours would like it's like, oh, I've got this cool book that Paris would like, I'll just give it to you. Like, I don't think it's worthy of a gift unless, alright, for context, I'll say like, so this is like we're buying presents for each other, right? Is the assumption we're buying presents?
Yeah.
Yeah, then no. If you're buying presents, don't regift. If it's like...
That's crap.
No, regift, like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Regifting, like, let's say Cameron gets me a...
Cowboy hat.
Yeah, you're right. Cameron gets me
some
a
cool
cowboy hat
boots
for my 25th birthday.
Yep.
And
That's a hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm noting this
Yeah,
down.
it is.
Cowboy
And,
hat.
a year later, or actually no, several months later, when Cameron's birthday comes around. Wait, not Cameron's birthday. Maybe several months later when Steve's birthday comes around, I'm like, I know Steve likes cowboy hats.
Several months later when the guy who gave me the gift's birthday comes around.
No,
like,
not the guy who
take
gave
back
me the
your
gift.
damn hat, mate.
Just
I don't want it.
A different friend.
Yeah.
Who I know loves cowboy hats. I'm trying to think of a present to get for him. I can't think of anything good, and then I suddenly realise I've got the best gift in the world for him. Just, he'd love it, and it's just sitting in my wardrobe. Surely, like...
Nah.
Come on.
Nah, because I think it depends. If, like, you don't usually give presents, like, say that we don't give presents usually, and you've just got a hat sitting around, and it comes to Steve's birthday, and you're like, I've got this cool hat. I don't usually give Steve a gift, but because I'm not buying it, I can give this to him. Just be like, I had this sitting around. But I think that...
That's such a bad thing to say to someone.
Yeah, that's what regifting is. I just had this thing sitting around. I'm never going to use it. Have this. But because, like, regifting... Like, if I bought you a cowboy hat, and you just... Like, I don't care if you give away what I get you. Like, that part I'm fine with. If you got a cowboy hat and you're not going to use it, give it to Steve, who will use it.
I will use it.
Yeah, that's a hint to any audience listener.
Who knows Steve?
If you want to send gifts to Chaotic Voyage, please send it to PO Box,
Redacted.
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Oh, nice.
I don't get it.
So, Finding Nemo,
Is it?
Wallaby
Yeah.
Way.
Well, I think Wallaby Way definitely is.
Yes,
I'm
I
not
heard
sure about
you.
the PO box part.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Ah, okay. I guess it is. But yeah, I don't think that you can re-gift stuff to people. It seems
Depends
wrong.
on how what the person thinks, because, like, I guess it depends on how personally people take things and stuff. You know, Cameron, like, if you're like, hey, I want to hang out with you today, to me, and,
Yes.
you know, instead of making up some bullshit excuse and being like, I've got this to go to, or I've got work, I might be like, no, I don't feel like it today. Like, I don't feel like hanging out, I just want to stay at home. I think we have the kind of friendship where we could just say that and the other one will be like, alright, that's cool, fine.
I
But some
don't know
people
what this
might,
has.
like, take that real personally.
I mean, yeah, but
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not
It's a bit
quite
like,
the same thing.
you understand that, like, sometimes you just gotta give someone
Listen, all right.
a gift like that. If it's just gonna end up in the bin, and I think you'd enjoy it more.
The only reason,
And it's
that
a
I'd-
perfectly good gift. Sorry, you go.
no, but like the reason I'd be okay with it is because we don't really give gifts for birthdays. So if you're like, oh, I had this thing sitting around, you can have it as a cool gift. I'd be like, oh, cool. But if like I'd gone out and bought you something, like it's like, I don't know, spent $20 on something cool, and then you just turn around and you're just like, oh, here's something I found in my thing.
Yeah, that would be pretty shitty. But
That's what you're saying, though. It's like,
is it what I'm saying? I'm
Yes.
Paris.
what? Regifting, it depends on the context. If you don't usually give gifts to someone and be like, have this thing, it's like, I'll just give it to them, but I'll give it as a birthday present. Be like, hey, I know we don't usually give things, but here's this cool hat I have. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. It's something unexpected. But if the relationship's been set up where you've always bought gifts for each other, and that person's expecting something like new and like cool and stuff, and you just come as like, yeah, I've got this hat that's been sitting around.
Found
I'd
this
be like,
old cowboy hat.
yeah, I'd be a little bit insulted. I'm like, oh, what? So I guess we're just not buying people gifts. then.
Alright, you've got your opinion.
Can
I've got
I
mine.
can I say?
Yeah, you can.
Can I say my opinion?
You chime in,
I'm gonna
Steve.
blow open this argument like a cannonball in a pirate ship.
Nice. I like the analogy.
So Cameron,
Yo.
if I were to give you a gift, it's wrapped nicely.
Yep.
It has a card on top that has a very nice message.
Yeah.
You open the gift. It's a nice gift. You say thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Sick.
Oh wait, am I supposed to say thank you, Steve? Thank you, Steve.
Yes. You don't know the
Wait,
source.
what?
You don't know the source of that gift, right? I could have bought that. I could have got it off the street. I could have re-gifted it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. What if I didn't
Alright,
tell you
if
after
I-
it was sitting in my house and you'd never seen it before? And, you know,
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
not-
don't know can't
exactly.
kill
You don't know where it's come from. So let's say I re-gifted it.
I just got
You
a
don't
very
know.
nice gift.
You love the gift. So it's like, who gives a shit?
I think
Who gifts
in that case,
a
like,
shit?
if they don't find out, fine. But like,
They can
it's
find
still,
out. I'll tell them.
It's still unethical.
No, it's
I'd
not.
say.
Why is it unethical? I
What
don't
the fuck-
understand that
what the
logic.
I'm saying, what if it's something like that I think you really enjoy?
Oh my God, his soul's coming out again.
What, like,
What the fuck
what's
is
something
that?
you really like, Cameron? Okay, let's
Jack
say
Daniels.
Cowboy hats. If I've got some leftover Jack.
why didn't I mention that on the last episode? Jack Daniels. Oh man.
Yeah,
Imagine it.
once if Paris had a
Alright.
bottle of Jack Daniels he hadn't opened.
And
But
I
he-
don't like. Let's pretend I don't like Jack Daniels. Or let's pretend I've already got a couple of different bottles of Jack Daniels. Like, what's so bad about me giving you a gift? You don't know the origin of it, but it's come from my house. It's just on my shelf, but you don't know that.
if they don't know the origin, I'm going to say I wouldn't be fast, but like, I just think that it's wrong still. Like,
Well, I think you're wrong.
Why is it wrong?
I mean, I've listened to the podcast. You'll hear my opinion. I've already gone over this, but it's just like, if like I bought you an actual bottle of something, and then you just come and it's like, oh yeah, here's the bottle.
It's like you're
Even
just
if I
cutting
don't
out
know.
the middleman, though. The difference is, instead of going and buying it, you have it in your house already, and you're just like, this is a nice gift I can give to Paris.
Kara, you're insinuating that the value of the gift is the sacrifice of the gifter. So he has to sacrifice
I
something.
think that's what he's saying. I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, if you don't sacrifice anything for my gift, I don't want it.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
don't be friends with me.
So Cameron would rather take like a sacrificed lamb as a gift than just like a nice bottle of whiskey that I've just had sitting in my kitchen for
Yeah.
a
Well, I
few
mean,
months that I'm not
I don't even really do gifts. Like, we don't give gifts to each other.
This is
I don't-
hypothetical, man.
I'm just
I
saying.
give gifts sometimes.
Yeah, don't give me a gift.
That's a bit awkward.
Cut that. Forget that, Cameron. But yeah,
I
I
have
re-gifted you that thing.
I have given Paris a regifted present.
Have you?
Yep.
The truth comes out.
Well, because you already know my opinion on that, can you tell me what it is? I'm not Cameron.
It was,
Yeah, if you were me, you wouldn't get a gift.
It was it's a bowl of alcohol. I forgot what it was. But it was like
Probably
it was
had it already.
unopened. It was mint condition,
Mint flavored.
rare, shiny.
Nice.
I don't know, but like
yeah.
this goes back to my view, where like if you've got something lying
Yeah,
around
yeah.
that you're not going to use, then just I don't know, give it to someone who might use it.
That's what I
Like, I know
did.
that, yeah, but not as a gift, like for a birthday present. Just gift it to them,
That's-
like free of anything.
What
I'm
do
going to say
what does that mean? Like free of
Wait,
anything?
I kind of blanked. What were you saying?
thanks. It's like just
Seriously,
give
I
it as a gift. No, not for a birthday or anything. Just be like, hey, here's this bottle of Jack's I don't want, and be like, oh, thanks. But if Paris had like say bought you something really nice, he'd bought you a really nice hat for your birthday. I don't know. I just feel like
The
giving him.
freaking hat.
I feel like just giving him something that you've had on your shelf, just it sort of takes meaning away. I don't know.
I guess. I see what you're saying. I understand your point. I kind of understand both sides. I think it depends on the
Safe
person receiving the gift, how chill they are.
Like I think I said it. I think it depends on the relationship and what you usually give as gifts. Like if you don't usually give a gift, a rebottled, not rebottled, but like a
Unopened
bottle of alcohol you've had, or just a cool hat that's been sitting in your cupboard, that's fine. But I don't know. I feel like that if you've set a precedent of going out and buying something for that person every year, and then suddenly you just change it to something you had laying around, it's different.
I think it's a little different if we're all at a party and I give you a bottle of whiskey and Steve is like, wait, that's the bottle of whiskey I got Paris for his birthday last year.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be.
And I knew it because I just looked at it. I'm like, that's the same bottle.
That's the exact. No one else.
There's no way he
drinks
has that.
It's just still says to Paris written on it. Like on
And
the-
it's like
on the
underneath the
label.
two Paris is like two.
Redacted.
Wait, to who?
To who?
Oh, cut that. To Steve.
Yeah. All right. So I guess it really depends on the person, the situation, and whether or not you bought it.
And well, the person and the situation.
I love the situation.
But also, like, you give a gift and they don't know where it's from, so like they wouldn't know it's been sitting in your cupboard for 5 years, collecting dust.
That's
What
true.
if I've been going through your cupboard for 5 years? I'm like, hey, that's the thing I keep singing. Wait a minute.
I'd be a bit worried.
Hey, Steve has one of those just like this in his cupboard. Oh, wait.
Hey, look at Steve's hat.
Steve's famous hat.
I've never worn this hat before. Are you sure? It definitely looks like a hat that you'd wear.
It definitely looks like it's been worn. No, never.
There's like dirt on it.
It's like
He
ripped.
He grabs it and does the whole spits on it and just like shines it with his elbow. It's like, good as new.
Pretty much a new hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll draw that argument to an end. We've all got opinions.
We sure do.
Some opinions are better than others, but I won't say which ones are.
It's fine. I'll wait at the podcast so it looks like I'm right.
Wow. I want to.
You'll listen back to it, and it'll be like I'm switching arguments. I'm like, I think regifting's good, and you guys are like, wow.
Good.
Yeah.
I just said like it's all right if it's. All right, I'm not going to get into it again. I'm
Yeah,
just going
it's
to get
fine.
angry.
I'm not angry.
It can be okay, depending on the person and the gift.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Speaking of a land before time, Paris, do you have any
Land?
questions about dreams you want to ask?
Land before time? Wait,
Um,
what's this about?
Just the yep. But
I don't.
I thought
Ducky
that was
Away.
from Archer.
Wait, is that like a dinosaur thing?
yeah,
That's that dinosaur thing, yeah.
Jurassic Park.
yeah, that's the one.
That dinosaur cartoon that was like just a copy of Street Sharks. Whatever.
Street dinosaurs.
Street Sharks.
You guys remember Street Sharks? I think that's what it was
No.
called.
Street Sharks.
Sharks, Street. You don't remember? Yeah.
Still no.
What? Wait.
Still ringing no
What?
bells.
This is before our time.
Is it a land before time?
No.
And
It's
that's
Street
the podcast.
Sharks.
You
Was
keep
it
just saying
before
it's
our time?
street sharks, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
They're like ripped shark bros with no shirts on.
Ah,
And I'm not
course.
sure what they do. Maybe
like-
they're heroes. I don't know.
Do drugs.
yeah.
Still from Sharks.
Drugs are fun, kids. And it's like gets cancelled immediately.
It's a advertisement for steroids.
Do you want to look like a ripped dinosaur? It's like, I do.
No, it's sharks.
Shark. It's a shark.
Well, I thought we were talking about dinosaurs. Why are we
Yeah,
talking
there
about
was
sharks?
a show that was kind of a rip-off of that, but instead of sharks, it was dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about dinosaurs.
Stop thinking about dinosaurs all the
But
time.
they're cool. And they're like, "Rrr."
For once in your life, stop thinking about dinosaurs.
You know what? Shut up. This is my podcast, and I can talk about dinosaurs if I want to.
Wait, what was your original question?
My original
right.
question was, do
But
you
I
have a
thought
question?
yep was from Archer. Like, Krieger
Oh,
says
well, he does it as well.
it. No, it's Krieger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing that
No, but
the Krieger
I
does it
said
as well.
Archer, and you're like, he does it as well. But it's not Archer.
Well,
it
after
says
you
it's
said
Krieger.
that Krieger does
You
it.
didn't say it
I was like,
after.
yeah. I did.
Alright, enough
Listen
with
to
the
the podcast.
arguments. Cameron, have you had any interesting dreams lately? Tell us.
No.
Dick. Steve, you want to tell us about any interesting dreams you had lately?
Honestly, you guys have lots of dreams. Like, I barely have dreams.
I think
Alright,
Cameron
so
has
it
more
shouldn't be
dreams
hard to
than
narrow
I
one
haven't
down.
had a dream
In life, I just have no dreams.
Oh,
no
It's like a ship.
aspirations.
I'm just like a ship without a rudder, just floating.
like a Chaotic Voyage, if you will.
Whoa.
yeah.
Uh,
Like Chaotic
Whoa.
Voyage insinuates like movement or like,
yeah, I guess so, yeah.
whereas I'm just kind of like lifeless in the water. You know?
You're just face down.
Yeah.
Just sort of like going where life takes you,
Yeah.
or doesn't take you.
Yeah.
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 Struggling for breath.
Yeah.
The usual life stuff.
just the life stuff.
Just usually.
Well, that'd be-
stuff.
I don't really have dreams. Sleeping dreams.
What's the last dream you could recall?
Yeah,
Man.
I can't think of one.
I think
I
a
barely
dream
have dreams.
that Steve had was to be on the Chaotic Voyage podcast. Unfortunately, that's a dream that we can make come true. So
It's like
you'll be happy about that.
it's like Make-A-Wish
Yeah,
Foundation.
except you're not dying. You're just sort of
We're all
emotionally
dying.
dead.
We're all dying, Cameron.
Well,
That's
you guys are.
Um,
I'm going to live forever.
That's true.
so I've
Yeah.
got
Sorry.
another question. No, you're not, Cameron. I've got another question.
just to clarify.
He's actually just talking about something earlier in the podcast. He only just clicked. He's like, your name's not Steve.
Yes, it is. It is, Cameron.
Wait a sec. Anyway, get to your damn question.
Right, stop interrupting me. Right, so this question comes from Reddit user Paris. Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you guys a question, and then I'm going
Cool.
to tell you a story that
Then-
kind of has to do with it. Still kind of has to do with dreams, but what's the... I'm just going to say, what's the worst injury you guys ever got? Starting with Steve.
What, in real life?
In real life, yeah.
Or just in a game if you want.
No.
If you don't have real life injuries.
No.
I think the only bad injury I've ever had was when I fractured my ankle. Well, I know it's my ankle. It's my leg.
How did
He's
you do
like,
that,
the worst
bud?
injury I ever had was when I was hit by that bus a few times. Like
A few
it backed
times.
up to see if
It backed over.
it backed up to see if I was okay, and it just hit me again. I'd
You
say that was
okay?
pretty bad.
Thump, thump. And then he just decides to drive off.
Hitting you again. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I was in hospital for a few years.
When did you
I'd say that's probably my worst. Yeah.
fracture your ankle? Was it
My leg.
your leg? How'd you do that?
You were there when it happened.
Was I? Oh, was that at soccer?
It was we were playing soccer.
I didn't know
Yep.
that you
Like that.
fractured it. That's
Ship.
If it was fractured from that. That's why I was like on the ground, like couldn't move.
That's why I was crying.
I
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
know.
You just broke
Okay.
Paris. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Have to find a new co-host.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, like
I
I
feel
got.
like-
Ship.
Now I didn't know.
That's alright.
He's on the ground like, my ankle, and then Paris is like,
I'm like, get
classic
up.
Steve. Get up. You're not hurt. He like gets up and like snaps the wrong way. It's like,
Gets up, you hear this like audible snap. No, that's fine. Our legs are
What?
supposed to do that, aren't they?
They're supposed to bend that way.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know until like 4 weeks later because like it was still hurting after 4 weeks. I'm like, I'm gonna probably get an X-ray just to check.
Mhm.
And the doctor was like, yeah, you have a small fracture. I'm like, oh, great.
I don't know why I laughed at that. That's not funny.
Yeah.
Is it funny to you,
You're
Paris?
terrible.
Well,
Apparently it is.
Is pain funny?
it can be. Like
What
when
pain is
you-
funny?
I think
When you're hanging out
Well,
with a
Paris-
certain friend of ours and you watch fail army videos and you see people hurting themselves, that can be funny.
I guess so.
Good old fail army.
Good on fail army. Best channel on YouTube.
Best channel hands
Besides
down.
ours, of course. Best content.
Paris is also a masochist, so he sort of enjoys
That's
pain.
true.
He was actually hurting himself right then. Oh, that's true.
Punch himself.
I've been twisting my nipples this entire show during the course of the entire episode.
Should you
Speaking
hear
about
any
twisting
weird sounds?
nipples,
Yeah.
Cameron,
Just
you go
Speaking
next.
of horrifying injuries,
Yeah, tell us
Oh.
about an injury, possibly the worst one.
does heartbreak count?
Yes.
Well,
But
I've never
no.
had my heart broken.
You have to have a heart for it to break.
That's true.
Paris.
Paris. I think the worst was when I broke my leg. I don't remember enough about it, but it happened because I fell out of bed awkwardly So like landed on it.
Jeez.
And just like just broke.
My,
That's so
what?
lame.
How
I was like, fuck. I was like 5 at the time. So
was your bed like a bunk bed, and you on the
no,
top?
just
like
a
normal
regular bed.
Just
Just regular bed. Yeah.
regulation height bed.
Yeah.
Regulation size. Did
Like,
the
it was
safety
actually-
inspector come and measure it up and
Yeah.
tick off his little checklist? Yep, this
Yeah.
bed's fine.
How-
No leg
Yeah, it was a
injuries
regulation
happening on
bed.
this bed.
and you broke your leg.
You still managed to
yeah.
do that.
How the
Ship.
is that even
Bleep that.
possible?
Like I said, I think I landed on it awkwardly.
I-
Just
But
I-
like, how?
I don't know.
You have
I
a
wasn't
Just
really-
can't get over it.
I wasn't
haven't-
really taking notes at the time. It's like, oh, this is how I fell.
It's like
It
it,
sort of just happened. I was just like on the ground and my leg was just broken.
it's like you're falling like barely like half a meter to like. What'd you fall on? Is it like carpet or like planks?
It was like floorboards.
floorboards. Okay, so that's
You
gonna
think-
like soften your
It's-
fall as well because it like
The
bends.
floorboards don't really soften your fall.
Yes,
No.
it bends. It's not like
No,
concrete.
it doesn't.
It's not like
It's
concrete.
not like concrete, but it barely bends. It's not
Bends a
like
little
my
bit.
floor's just like wobbles as I walk around. It's pretty solid.
I want you to fall out of bed now and then see.
Yeah, aren't you
In
recording
bed.
this in bed like the rest of us?
How about next time you're over, you get in my bed, right?
You can be the bed
then you-
inspector.
And you fall out of it and just see how hard the floor is.
All right, I will.
Great.
It's pretty hard.
What happened after you fell out?
I think I cried.
Your
Yeah.
And then
mum
got
ran
I
into
would-
the room and said, Cameron, how the
ship.
did you manage this?
How's that even possible?
We had the bed inspector here last week. He said it was fine.
I thought of all the rooms in your house, the bed would have been fine. Everything soft on your bed, pick it up. Somehow break your leg.
That's amazing.
I'm also like really breakable. It's probably my one weakness, I'd say.
I mean, that's true. You're a stick.
If I was to sum up one weakness, it'd be the fact that I'm
It'd
a
be
very
my
breakable
body.
human being. Yeah,
My body is the weakest part of me.
my mind is not that great, but my body is just like it's
Twig.
yeah, it's like glass.
A twig made of
There
glass.
should be like a handle with care sign on me whenever I walk around, so people know not to like touch me, because I might break.
Don't you want people to not touch you when you're
Don't you?
walking around as well? Like, I think that's pretty normal.
Yeah, I guess.
If I go out in
But, like,
public,
this is-
I don't want strangers touching me, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good point. But
Yeah,
like,
that's disgusting. Strangers touching you. Yeah.
Gross.
but it's just like don't bump into him because he will break.
That's
Sort
the
of like
sign you need on your body. Don't bump into me. I'll break. You can't go anywhere slightly busy.
Yeah, it's true.
Cameron, are you allowed out on a windy day? Like,
No, I have to. Well, I'm allowed out, but I have to be like tied to someone.
yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Otherwise, I'm like a kite, basically. Oh, they're like, "Oh, Cameron, do you want to come play with us?" It's like, it's just because I blow in the wind, right? And they're like, "No, it's like
No.
you're a fun guy." I think it's like, all right, yeah.
Well, speaking of injuries, I guess I'll go now. Which also has to
Oh,
do with
see ya.
dreams. Nice, that we're talking about. These two things
We were
tie
talking
together.
about dreams.
This is how I hurt myself in real life, but it started with a dream. Right?
Yep,
Or more a nightmare, I
Right.
should say.
Okay. Yeah.
it all started with a dream.
I was having a nightmare. I don't know if you'd call it a night terror. I know those are more severe, but it's one of those dreams that felt real, except it was terrifying.
Yeah,
Like,
it's real life.
yeah, real life is terrifying. So, I'm not claustrophobic in real life, but for some reason I was like, this dream, I was trapped in a shipping container and I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And I was feeling like walls were closing in. It was,
Did you feel like you were trapped by any chance?
yeah, like I was trapped.
Actually, that's exactly how I felt.
Exactly.
But go on.
So I felt trapped. and it was really scary. And
Keep going.
yeah, I don't know. I guess at some point I started to like sleepwalk or something. Because I think what happened was I got out of bed and I was trying to find the door to my room, and I was just struggling to find it. I was still feeling like I was trapped, and I was like,
Ship!
the only way I'm going to get out of this shipping container, quote unquote, which was actually my room. It's like, I got to find the door. I got to kick down the door.
As you do.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I didn't actually find the door in real life. I just, I guess in the dream I found the door, and I was like, all right, I'm going to kick this door down. So I was 3, 2, 1, and kicked out as hard as I could. And then I woke up. And I was like, that really hurt. What the
ship
going on? And I was so disorientated after that. I didn't know, like, I was just trying to find the light switch. I was like feeling the wall, groping the wall, and I couldn't find it. After 15 minutes of like limping around, found the light switch, went to the bathroom, sat on the edge of the bath, turned on the light and assessed the damage, and my foot was just covered in blood.
Oh,
nice.
And it was probably like 4 a.m. I was really tired. And I thought I could wake someone up and be like, Mum, Dad, help, I've hurt myself. But I really can't be bothered. So I washed it off in the bath, went to the kitchen, got some paper towel, wrapped my foot in paper towel, and taped up the paper towel onto my foot with sticky tape, put a sock over it, and went back to bed.
Nice.
And then when I got up the next morning and reassessed the damage, it's just like dried blood everywhere. But I could never find what exactly in my room I kicked. There was like little droplets of blood on the ground, but there was no like big blood splatter anywhere. I thought maybe I kicked like the corner of my wardrobe, but nah, I don't know what I did. But yeah, now I have this big scar on the side of my foot. On the side of my right foot. And
so
it's a lot
in
better
this dream
now,
of yours,
it was pretty bad. What was that?
In this dream of yours, you said that you were kicking out to get out, right?
Huh?
So you kicked, like, what was it, like a football kick? Like, that's how you kicked the drawer? Or the whatever you kicked?
No, it was like, it was pretty stupid. Because someone told me afterwards, the best way to, like, try and kick something down is to, like, kick it front on
put your weight
and downwards. But I did like a stupid fucking like karate kick thing where I kicked it on the side. And that's why the cut's on the side of my foot. Yeah.
Well,
pretty stupid.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
At least you got out of the shipping container.
I did.
In one piece.
I was transported from a dark shipping container where I felt trapped to a dark room where my bed was, and I couldn't find the light. Yeah, it was weird. It was like a nightmare / sleepwalking and sleep kicking, and it just felt so real. It was such a weird, man. All these weird dream experiences I have. By all the weird ones, I mean the 2 that I've said on the podcast, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that was probably the worst injury I got. And it was such a stupid way to get it. At least
it's not the best way to get it, no.
With Steve, it was like, oh yeah, sports injury. That's kind of cool. And with Cameron, it's like, falling out of bed injury, which isn't as cool.
Breaking your leg out of falling out of bed injury.
But at least
pretty cool, I'd say.
Like,
if you're asking me, I'd say cool.
At least you didn't knowingly like kick something as hard as you could and cut your foot open. Because that's pretty stupid as well.
I wouldn't really say knowingly.
Yeah,
because
I was tripping out. I thought I was like kicking something in my dream, but I was kicking in real life.
Just what kicking. What I'm disappointed with is the form of your kick. Like, if you had good form, you wouldn't have hurt yourself.
I probably would have, but like I probably just would have cut like the bottom of my foot open, which I think would have been worse, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know what you kicked. I don't think you did either.
Huh?
Because that'd be like,
Huh?
depending on how you kicked, it could be different.
You would have broken your leg if you...
Yeah, like a man.
So that was my worst and also most stupid injury.
Well, thanks for sharing. You're right.
Yeah, I realised what the problem was. Something else.
Okay.
It's me. I'm the problem. Welcome back
That
to
is
the
true.
podcast.
Oh my god, the podcast isn't here to talk about your damn problem. But speaking of problems, I think it's time to wrap up because I see land in the distance. Does anyone have anything they wanted to say or share?
I see land in the distance.
Where are you docking?
On that cliff, apparently.
We can dock if you want, Steve.
And on that note,
wait, don't
thanks.
forget to like, subscribe, subscribe,
Hit
Patreon.
that motherfucking like button.
Alright, bleep that.
Subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Google+, MySpace,
What is
Friendster,
Twitter,
Foursquare.
Cameron? LinkedIn,
Our Twitter is
Friendster, MySpace.
Chaotic Voyage.
Reddit, Facebook.
I'm going to have to go and make all of these accounts because someone's going to steal it otherwise. So thanks for all that work. Alright, that's getting cut. Is that land I see in the distance? Goodbye.
Goodbye.